U.S. aircraft technician got the secret formula from extraterrestrials as to how to build a time machine, according to claims. French writer Jules Verne predicted the journey to the moon in his sci-fi novel From the Earth to the Moon, which was published back in 1865. It was a coincidence, was it, or had he known about it beforehand? Was it the time when the world did not even see its first telephone? It was the first time without a phone, a car, the first aircraft. So how have we achieved all this? Did we get a tip from someone more advanced in technology? Maybe or maybe not. But George Van Tassel from California claimed back in the 1960s that he received a formula from the unearthly people to build a time machine. George Van Tassel, retired aircraft testing mechanic, was born in 1910 in Ohio. He started his career in the aviation industry in 1927 and worked for the Hughes Aircraft Company and Lockheed Aircraft. After retirement, he bought a small airport in the Mojave Desert of North America, in California. At that time, the news about UFOs and flying saucers were popular in the media. Van Tassel said he had a visit from people who had the technology that humans could never imagine. And this made him believe that they were from outer space. On August 24th, 1953, at 2 o'clock in the morning, a ship landed at his airport, a craft. 17 miles north of Yucca Valley in California. He was asleep when some sound awakened him. He said a human-like being named Soganda asked him in English to check his ship, his craft. At this request, Van Tassel decided to go with him. He saw a bell-shaped type of anti-gravity ship hovering 10 feet off the ground. He called it a scout ship out of a big carrier, describing 36 foot in diameter, 19 feet high. He walked to a spot under the craft and an anti-gravity beam pulled him up like an elevator. Our formula has no time factor, which an electronic formula does have. And on the other hand, electronic science has not had two dimensions to work with, the electric pattern and the magnetic pattern perpendicular to it. And we discovered a third zone, which we call a time zone. And we are working through this zone with an effort to orient the magnetic field to give us other results than our science can obtain at present, Van Tassel said during his interview on June 18, 1964. According to him, the rotation of the Earth involves a magnetic field that works in the same way as a recording device. It means it's possible to watch the events that happen in time on Earth. He said one of his associates, named Charlie Arts, created a magnetic computer that worked on the same principle as told above. He was able to play back TV shows from stations that were shut down long ago. The research was conducted in Santa Monica. Van Tassel said, played back with the picture and sound just as good as the day they were broadcast. We've done this many times, he said. Following Van Tassel, the construction of integration would take 25 years. Integratron would take 25 years. They spent 8 years grinding the mirror for the 200-inch telescope and 11 years for the first cyclotron. While asking about the fund for his research, he said people around the world in various technical fields worked voluntarily for him on this. The work of the Integratron is mainly based on two factors, he said. The first is that the dome of the Integratron is built in accordance with the occult laws of sacred geometry. Thus, they have the ability to concentrate energy coming from the Earth, since the Integratron was built on top of a powerful energy vortex. The biggest trouble on this planet is, he says, that when you get smart enough to do something with the knowledge you have acquired here, death intervenes, he wrote. He said that his time machine is not only about transporting humans backward or forward in time, but also rejuvenating them. His aim was to extend the human lifespan by recharging cells through electromagnetism using the Integratron. But unfortunately, Van Tassel died in 1978 from a heart attack, and so the Integrator, he hid so much information about his machine and kept it a secret until it was finished. Unfortunately, he died, leaving all the tremendous work he did for this machine behind. And this is on House and Wise by Vicky Verma. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.